Hi everybody, and welcome back to our channel. It's Faith here today with the first video of our series that focuses on emotional health, Mindful Monday. Today we'll be learning about mindfulness and practicing some mindful activities. So without further ado, let's dive deeper into what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to dive into the basics of mindfulness. We'll start by defining mindfulness. So what exactly does that word mean, and how can we use it in our lives? We'll also go over some mindful exercises that are super simple that we can all do at home. We'll discuss the importance of mindfulness, along with how mindfulness can enhance our at-home learning experiences by acting as a tool that can help us to recenter our focus and deal with negative or stressful emotions in a positive manner. So let's jump into it. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness involves the connection between you, your thoughts, and your brain. Mindfulness is the practice of increasing our awareness of our surroundings, allowing negative feelings to dissipate or leave the body. By paying attention to how we feel, we can learn to better manage our emotions. It is also important to note that mindfulness is not about controlling our thoughts and emotions. Rather, it is about meeting them with kindness and compassion. So let's break down this process further. We can separate mindful practice into 3 sequential steps: increasing our awareness, letting go, and meeting our thoughts and emotions with kindness. So let's first talk about increasing our awareness. It is really important to acknowledge our thoughts. By doing this, we are validating how we are feeling. So if you're stressed out and completing an assignment, or you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, it is really important to acknowledge these feelings rather than suppress them. So, bring these emotions up to the surface. Human beings were designed to be emotional, and it's a good thing to acknowledge that. Secondly, letting go. When we want to control something, we often focus on it too much and end up feeling like we're losing control. While it is important to acknowledge our emotions, it is important not to let it get to the best of us. So instead, we're going to learn to take a deep breath and let go of things that we can't control. So if you're really focused on controlling something, like how well you'll do on an assignment, or if you're feeling really overwhelmed about something, it is important to identify when you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and try to let go of overwhelming feelings to improve your focus. Lastly, we must meet our thoughts and emotions with kindness. It is important, especially in times like these when we are navigating new learning environments, not to be too hard on ourselves. Taking short breaks from work in order to come back with a clearer outlook is a super important mindful skill to have. By meeting our thoughts with kindness, we take the time to relax, unwind, and reset, creating a more productive rest of our day. Being mindful is really about focusing on how you are feeling in a given moment. Say you are feeling overwhelmed but can't pinpoint exactly why. By doing a mindful activity, such as the deep breathing activity I'm going to outline for you next, you can bring attention to your breath and thus your thoughts in order to manage negative feelings. We'll look at different ways to do breathing activities, including deep breathing with a small stone in your hand, which might act as a distraction that will allow you to bring more attention to your breath and your thoughts. So let's start off by discussing guided breathing. So what is guided breathing? It's breathing in a pattern that allows the body to relax. When we look deeper into how the brain works, doing things in a fixed pattern is often a way for the brain to reset and will feel better. So breathing in a fixed pattern often reduces thoughts of anxiety or stress. So guided breathing can be done with a variety of things. So there's different types, like guided imagery, a classic meditation, and with holding something like a small stone. Guided imagery is breathing in a pattern where you are also picturing something that you really like or really enjoy, and that's going to bring you to your happy place. So I really like the beach, so if I were going to be doing guided breathing with guided imagery, I would take deep breaths and I would picture the beach. A classic type of meditation would be to focus on how my body is feeling and how my breath is moving. So I would just focus on deep breathing and try to zone out And lastly, with holding something like a small stone that you could paint, or just something that you have around the house that brings you comfort. By holding something, you take the focus off of you and onto that a little bit, and that can help act as a distraction so that you can actually focus on the breathing. So we're going to practice 4-7-8 breathing in this video, which is a type of guided breathing that you could do with either guided imagery, a classic meditation, or while you were holding something like a stone or a stuffed animal. So 4-7-8 breathing is you inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This type of breathing is a pattern that has been studied a lot, and it actually is super helpful in reducing stress. Also is a great mindfulness technique because you're going to be bringing attention to your breathing. It's important to note that if you feel uncomfortable while you're breathing for these durations of time, that it's okay to stop and you can adjust accordingly to what feels comfortable for you. So if it's uncomfortable for you to say, hold your breath for 7 seconds, don't feel like you have to do it for 7 seconds. Find something that works for you. Firstly, it is important to be present in the moment. In order to do so, put your other work aside for a minute. Think about how you are feeling and turn off distractions. All right, ready to get into it? So we're going to start by inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to hold our breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to exhale, counting down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, nice job. So we're going to repeat this a couple times, and that's going to help us to feel better and feel more relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please use this video as a reference if you want to continue doing guided breathing. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routines, we can enhance our current at-home learning experiences. Especially during times like this with a lot of adjustment, it's really easy to find ourselves in a position where we're feeling stressed out. It's okay to acknowledge these thoughts, and it's actually really good to acknowledge when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. With that being said, let's not let it get to the best of us. Take a step back and remember that we could do a mindful breathing activity that might help us to recenter our focus, feel refreshed, and take another go at that assignment or something that's stressing us out. If we do mindful activities like this that help us to feel better emotionally, we're also going to feel better physically, and then we can move on with our day in a more positive manner. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helped you in some way. Don't forget to like and leave a comment if it did help you or if you have any other feedback. And lastly, make sure to join us tomorrow with Amber for Tuesday on Track, where she's going to tell us all about how to maintain a healthy schedule that'll help you feel better physically and emotionally, especially during a time where we don't really have much of a schedule due to online learning at home. All right, I had so much fun with you all today, and I hope you did too. Thank you, and see you next time.